Hello students, I am Dr. Nima Gupta. My today's topic is History of Human Resource Management, and I have prepared slides on this topic from textbook H.R.M textbook written by C.B. Gupta. So students, before teaching you from where this concept human resource management came into existence, I just want to give some brief about what actually used to happen earlier, right? There was a concept of barter economy, as you all know. That is what? That is just exchanging goods with each other so that they can survive, right? They means the people can survive. Suppose if some individuals they were involved in agriculture, right, and some they were involved in fishing and hunting. So what they used to do, they used to exchange these goods with each others for their survival. So this is the concept of the barter economy. Then people thought, instead of exchanging goods with each others, why not to sell these goods into the market, then so that they could earn some money. Then they started selling these goods into the market and earn the money. Then they realized that instead of selling these goods, right, in a small scale, why not to manufacture these goods and to sell in and to produce in large scale and to earn more money. Then what they did, they established their business at home. Then they, with the help of the family members, they started manufacturing the goods. Now what happened, in order to fulfill the demand of the customers, right, that the demand was in a large scale. So what they did, they shifted their establishment from home to outside. And that time when they shifted their establishment from home to outside, they required more people, because it was very difficult for them to manufacture the products in a large scale with the help of family members only. Then they hired people, right, so that they could manufacture the products in a large scale and could deliver the products into the market so that they could fulfill the demand of the customers. Now from that time, the concept of human resource management came into existence, right? Because it became very difficult for a employer to manage a big team. So what he did, he hired the human resource manager so that they could manage the people, those who are working in the organization, right, very nicely and properly. Then that history of human resource management starts with the concept, that is industrial revolution. After industrial revolution, in case of industrial revolution, lot of things took place, like development of machinery, linking of power to the machines, establishment of factory system, and mass production, right? The people or the employer, what they were doing, they were producing the products in bulk so that they could earn more profit. Then for that, they also changed their technology, right? With the help of new technology, they were manufacturing the quality products, right? And they also shifted their establishment from the residence to the factory, right? And in this case, when they hired a number of people to manufacture the products, then employer lost personal touch from the employees, right? Why? Because human resource manager were responsible, right, managing people at the workplace. So before human resource management, there was a concept of labor management. And what is the function of the labor manager? Just to manage labor at the workplace. He was not concerned with the labor's likes and dislikes, labor's family problems, education, etc. He was only concerned with labor at the workplace only, right? So what the employer was doing at that time, he was treating the people as commodity. People means the human resources, right? Commodity here means what? Commodity means a thing which you can sell or buy, right, which on which you have full ownership. So in this case, people were being treated as commodity by the employer. And it also introduced the specialization of work, also introduced the division of work. And the division of work and specialization of work made the job routine and monotonous. Why? Because suppose if a person is specialized in marketing, he or she cannot do other works, right, other than marketing. So this specialization, introduction of this specialization made the job very monotonous. Now I move to the next slide, right? And after industrial revolution, the next revolution came in the history of human resource management, that is the trade unionism. Right, in this case, when the labor realized that they were being exploited by the employer, right, or the manager, those who under whom they were working were exploiting them, then what they did, they made an association. That association, they called it as a trade union, and the function of the trade union was just to protect the interests of the employee, just to promote their interests. Their interest means the member of the trade union, right? And the introduction of the trade union gave rise to several functions of human resource management, like collective bargaining, grievance handling systems, arbitration, disciplinary practices, employee benefits programs, etc. In this case, when employer, they realize that the employees, those who are working in the organization, they have made the trade union, then they started treating people as human being, right? And they also made their attitude positive towards the well-being of the employees, those who are working in the organizations. And they were discussing bargaining with the employees through collective bargaining process on a particular matter relating to the salary increment, sharing of bonus or incentives, and relating to providing training and development program to the employees, those who are having some problems while performing their task, their job, right? And trade union also introduced the another function, that is grievance handling system. So earlier there was no system of handling the grievances. Grievance is what? It's just a feeling of dissatisfaction, right? That feeling of dissatisfaction may arise from anything, like if you are not happy with the working condition, you are not happy with the boss, you are not happy with the colleague with whom you are working, right? Then these all things will generate a feeling of dissatisfaction. So earlier there was no system of handling the grievance. Now there is a proper system of handling the grievance, in which the representative of the employees and the employer, they both sit together, they listen the employees problem and they give the solution, right? Arbitration is also there to handle the employees problem. Arbitration is a third party, right? It's an impartial party. It is neither favor to the employer nor to the employee, right? What is the function of the arbitration? If the dispute is not settled by the employer or the boss, right, then this dispute goes to the arbitration. Then arbitration, what they do, the member of the arbitration, they listen to the aggrieved employee and they give the solution to him, right? Next is disciplinary practices. If employee commit any misbehave in the organizations, right? In this case, a procedure of disciplinary practices are there, so that the employees can behave properly in the organization. There are number of things, there are number of rules government has made regarding how to tackle the how to take the disciplinary action against the misbehave of the employee, right? And another thing is employee benefits or and programs. Employer, what they are doing, they are now providing the employees benefit in form of fringe benefits. They are providing welfare services to the employees, welfare services like education, providing medical benefits to the employees, recreational facilities, lunch room, restrooms. So these all are what? These all are the employee benefits. And these all happen only after the introduction of the trade union in the organization, right? The third concept which we will study in history of human resource management, that is scientific management. It is given by F.W. Taylor. He basically developed 5 principles, right? And these principles are called the 5 principles of scientific management. He said that at the time of selection of the employee, organization always has to select the employees through scientifically. Scientifically here means what? That selecting right person at the right time for the right job, right? Suppose if we need people, people for marketing, then instead of hiring HR specialized people, what the company does, they hire the marketing people only. Okay, this is the example of scientific selection. Means for a right job you are hiring the right person, you are assigning the right task to the right person, right? Second is friendly cooperation between management and workers. He said that if the management and workers will have the friendly relationship, so definitely the employees, those who are working under the guidance of the management, will cooperate, right? There will be a coordination between these two parties, right? Next is development of every workers to his fullest potential. He said if the organization develops his worker, right, if the organization provides training and development program to the worker, so in this case what the organization can do, can utilize the employees to their fullest potential, right? Suppose if the employees are not developed, if they are not feeling comfortable in a task which they are performing in the organization, then they will simply sit idle. So in this case it will unnecessarily increase the cost of the organization. So FW Taylor said that this is the responsibility of the organization to provide training and development programs so that organization can utilize to the employees to their fullest potential, right? So students, I move to the next slide, that is uh, after that scientific management, right, we will study the another step in the human resource, in the history of human resource management, that is industrial psychology. You know, earlier the psychology was to hire anyone and to assign any task, right, so that organization's objective could be achieved. But the question is, if you will hire anyone for performing the any task, right, the you will not be able to make the quality products, you won't be able to achieve the goal within the stipulated time period. So in this case the industry changed its psychology. What they did, they made a match between employee skills and jobs. Means what? Means on the basis of the job requirements they hire the people, right? Suppose there is a job of IT, or there is a job for production, then they hired only those people, those who were specialized in production, right? And suppose there is a job of marketing, only hired those people, those who can perform the marketing job very well. So in this case the industry changed its psychology, right? They made a match between the employee skill and the jobs. Next step which we will study in history of human resource management, that is human relation approach. It introduced the informal group. It is very true, beta, if in the organization if you will not be having the informal group with whom you will share your personal and professional problems, because these informal group helps the employee to release the tension, right? If the employee will not share these all feelings with the informal group or with the person on whom he trusts so much, then what will happen, he will experience some kind of frustration and depression, right? So everyone needs social gathering, everyone needs informal groups, right? No one can live alone in an isolated situation. So to share the feelings relating to personal and professional, right, what people did, they made a informal group, right? Next is behavioral sciences. Many discipline like anthropology, sociology and psychology, right, these all discipline were being introduced so that these all discipline could develop the concept of human resource management, right? Anthropology is what? Study of culture. It is very important to study the culture of the employee so that we can understand what the employee is, how do they behave, right? So it is very important. With the help of the culture, study of the culture, we know the attitude of the employee, we know what he likes, what he doesn't, right? Psychology is what? Studying the human mind, what motivates him, right? What are the factors which make the employee motivated so that he can perform better in the organization. Sociology means study of human being in relation to other human beings. Means how does a person behave in a group, whether he is cooperative or not, whether he likes working with the people or not. So these all things we study with the help of sociology. So these three disciplines are very important to understand the behavior of the individual in the organization. And these three behavior develops the concept of the human resource management. And what human resource management is, managing people in the organization at the workplace is called the human resource management, right? Development of new techniques for leadership, motivation, personality, they arised, right? People, the psychologists, they did a lot of experiment on human beings and they came out with some theories, right? Nowadays, what human resource manager they are doing, they are applying these theories just to understand the behavior of the individual, just to understand the behavior of the employees in the organization. Okay, now the last but not least, the concept which we will study in history of human resource management, that is, it involves all the functions of human resource management, that is HRM. What HRM does, it consider all the functions relating to the human resources in the organizations, right? It considers employees likes and dislikes, it considers individual at each and every level, it considers the individual's family problems, personal problems, professional problems, right? It helps the organization to recruit good people in the organization, to select good people in the organization so that the objective can be achieved. If employees are having any problem while performing their task, then it makes an arrangement for training and development program so that the employees can feel easy, can feel comfortable while working their jobs, right? So student, this is all about today's lecture. If you like my lecture, please subscribe my channel. Thank you all.